Hi, and welcome to this very special edition of MRTV Live. In this show, we're going to talk about this year. This is the Varjo Aero, a new high-end VR headset for enthusiasts, and the first headset that is not only for enterprise customers from Varjo, the Finnish headset manufacturer. So this is very interesting. Most probably you have already watched my review or read my review. If you have not done so yet, then I can simply say check it out. I have linked my own review down in the description of this video, and there you will find all the details. But nevertheless, I'm also going to bring you up to speed in this video. So if you just woke up in the States, or I don't know, it depends on how long you sleep, and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I will talk about the Varjo Aero and what actually this headset is all about. And well, I'm going to answer all of your questions tonight. So this is going to be pretty exciting. And thanks so much for all of you being here. Why don't you share the love and share the link to this live stream to your VR enthusiast friends. Probably they can also ask a question because, well, I am going to answer all of your questions. Should you not already be subscribed to MRTV, then absolutely do that now and click on the bell button so that you don't miss any of my videos. This is all about VR and AR, obviously. I'm reviewing all of the headsets, and this channel is an independent channel, so I'm not depending on anyone paying me, not on Varjo, not on Facebook, not on HEC, nobody, only I'm responding to you. I'm answering to you, and that is the interesting thing about this channel. Also, there's lots of adult beverages going on in these live streams. You might still remember, therefore, cheers. Yeah, Prost, ne? Cheers from Germany. Then we already have the first question here. Is it worth selling my kidney? Well, if you have two of them, I think you're fine. Kidding. Of course, we are going to answer all the questions. But now, let me first of all, give you the specs, the basic specs. This here is a high-end VR headset. And what is so special about it are the visuals. The visuals are truly stunning. There's nothing else I can say. And the reason is that they have a very beautiful combination of display and lenses. This combination is always really important, right? If you can have the best displays, but then the lenses can F everything up, right? Pro 2. So really, it really depends on this combination. And this has very beautiful aspheric lenses. Aspheric means they are clear, so as compared to Fresnel lenses, which have these concentric rings, this is a huge difference. With the Fresnel lenses, like you can see in the Pro 2, in the Valve Index, and in most other headsets, you have these concentric rings, and then you have God rays. And what are God rays? Well, in high contrast scenes, like white text on a black background, you see those God rays. And yeah, it's simply something that can yank you out of the immersion, right? But with these clear lenses, you don't have that at all. So let me now share my screen with you so I can show you my own review. Yeah, so go to mrtv.co, mrtv.co, and there you can read all this goodness that I've been working on. This is my full review. And here I can also show you the lenses here. So these are clear Fresnel lenses, and that does make a huge, huge difference. We're going to talk more about those later. So by the way, in the first, 15 or 20 minutes of this stream, I'm simply going to talk, and I'm not going to answer your questions, right? So I will tell you once it's time to ask questions, and then we'll go into the Q&A. Right now, I'm simply going to have a little monologue here. Hi, Skiva. Good to see you here. Very good to see you. And I will compare that with all the headsets, with Pimax, 8KX, Index G2, everything. So no worries. I will go through everything in this beautiful little stream. So Fresnel lens is good. No God rays. And a huge sweet spot. That is also a beautiful thing about these kind of Fresnel lenses that you simply have that huge sweet spot, right? So you put them on and you are in the sweet spot every single time. Also, the edge-to-edge clarity is better than with Fresnel lenses, which means like in the headset, you can, with your eyes, look to the left, look to the right, and then everything is still very clear. And with Fresnel lenses, very often you have a degradation of the visual quality, and that is without a doubt better here. Yes, but also here, we do also have some problems here. Also here, like the further you go to the peripheral area, the more of chromatic aberrations you will get, like some kind of rainbow colors that you'll see, but we'll get to that also later. And again, please do watch my review. Already 10,000 people watched it, and for VR, that is actually really a good number. That's a really good number. Yeah. Yes. So I was just talking about this beautiful combination of lenses and displays. So for the lenses, we have aspheric lenses, and for the display, we have a very high resolution display, 2880 by 2720 pixels per eye. That is very, very big. That is bigger than the G2, the Reverb G2, which has 2160 by 2160. That is way more than the Valve Index, which has 1600 by 1440 pixels per eye. And these displays are really good mini LED LCD panels. So not just LCD panels, mini LED. That is a big difference. Mini LED is that technology that also Apple uses for the iPad Pro, the big one, and for the new MacBook Pros. What does it mean? It means these are LCD panels, but instead of the normal LCD panels where there's just one backlight which can go on and off for the whole screen, now we have dimming zones. So you can turn on the backlight at special zones depending on what shows. So if there's one part which is black, this part, the background light does not have to be on. And then there is some bright part, and then there the backlight will be on. So that is pretty amazing. So even with LCD panels, you can get really good blacks. However, for these mini LED panels, the mini LED goodness, let me call it like this, is not yet used. So this is still to be seen in a future upgrade when they turn that actually on. Right now, this acts as a normal LCD panel, and therefore it has the normal LCD blacks, which are not perfectly black like OLED blacks. But you can still compare them with the best LCD panels, like, for example, in the Pro 2. So you get really good blacks, but they are not OLED black yet. Anyways, combination of that beautiful aspheric lenses with that super high definition screen makes for the best visuals that I've seen in VR, period. And you have seen that already in my review. I told you about that, right? Other than that, this has eye tracking and automatic IPD adjustment, which means like you put it on, the eye tracking is going to measure your IPD, your interpupillary distance, the distance between your eyes, and then according to that distance, the lenses will be moved by motors and they are being put into place. And yeah, this is pretty beautiful. So every single time you will be in the right position, and they have a very huge IPD range, which goes from 57 millimeters to 73 millimeters. So a very big range of people will be served by the Varjo Aero. Yeah, then what else can I say about this? About the specs, eye tracking, auto IPD adjustment, yes, mini LED. So lots of good stuff. And yeah, it's all about the visuals, really. It's all about the visuals. This is a Lighthouse tracked headset. So with Lighthouse tracking, you need your own Lighthouse controllers, like the Valve Index controllers, for example. And you need base stations, and they can be of base station type 1.0 or 1.2. And yeah, perfect tracking, like we know from Lighthouse system. The device cost $1,999 and euros before tax. Here in Germany, it's 2,369 euros, and that is for sure not cheap. I will tell you in a moment what I think of the price. Well, you can buy this, you can pre-order this device right now. If you are in the US, you can go to varjo.com/aero. If you are in Europe, you can get this from Bestware. And also, my affiliate link, by the way, is down in the description of this video. So if you want to get this, then you can through this link and you're supporting the channel. If not, that's fine too. And I'm not here to sell you the device. That's very important for me, right? So yes, there is an affiliate link. You can go through it and you will support the channel, but this is not about me selling you the device. I will also tell you about the downsides and I will give you an honest upgrade guide from all the different headsets, right? If you come from the Quest 2, if you come from the Reverb G2, if you come from the Index, if you come from the 8KX, I will give you an honest upgrade guide in this video, right? So no worries. But if you want to support the channel, you can. If you are in Europe, then you can get the device through Bestware. That is my affiliate partner. And even if you're in countries that are not officially supported by Aero, you can still buy it through Bestware. They're sending to the UK and they are sending it to anywhere in Europe. So if you are in Poland, if you're in Belgium, countries that are not officially supported by Varjo, you can still buy it through Bestware. And yeah, I think that is pretty cool. Okay, but anyways, 2,369 euros if you are in Europe. Okay, so now Bestware does ship to Switzerland as well. All of Europe. So Bestware, they are a German company and you can absolutely trust them. They are really good and the link is down in the description of this video. All right, so now let me start by telling you, okay, do check out my full review, right? mrtv.co. You will be able to read it there, and yeah, it's very in-depth, very detailed, and I believe I will answer most of your questions there. But I believe that some things I still want to answer to you here, and simply also answer questions that I did not answer in my full review on mrtv.co. So let's start with one question that I simply want to answer. And that question is this here. Okay, this is the Varjo VR3. That is the business headset that the Aero is based upon. And I showed it to you here on the channel and I was blown away, right, by the visuals. I was literally going crazy. You know, I'm a VR enthusiast. And when I looked through this, I was going nuts, basically. And I'm really happy that the video that I made about this, the several videos, they got 100,000 of views, which is pretty cool. And actually, when Varjo saw that, they were amazed as well, obviously, right? And probably that gave them the push to really go out with the Aero and sell this to consumers. And I'm really proud of this, really. And you can be proud too, because of your comments, your thumbs up, your views, you helped Varjo to make this decision to go to the consumer market, because it's actually a grave decision to go to the consumer market. It's very scary to do that and to somehow compete with Facebook and all the other companies. So awesome that we as a community helped Varjo to make this decision. Anyways, so many people of you have asked me now, VR3 and Aero, how about the visual quality? Is the Aero as good as the VR3 in terms of visuals? Or is it even better? And why is it better? And in my review, I clearly said it's better. The visual fidelity of the Aero with our GPUs that we have right now as consumers, as in 3090. Thank you. Thank you, Scale and Maru. Thank you for $5. Thank you so much. I will totally answer your question. Thank you so much. With our current GPUs, 3090, the Aero is better. So let me go into detail with this question. Why is it that the Aero looks better than the VR3? So it all has to do with the following. The focus displays. The VR3 has this here. The VR3 has focus displays. So what you can see here, this display here, this is the context display. And this is exactly the same display that the Aero has as well. The display, the mini LED display with 2800 by 2700 pixels, right? But the VR3 also has this here, the focus display. And this is a micro OLED display with a human eye resolution, which gets projected with this kind of semi-transparent mirror onto the context display. And the thing is, our current GPUs can actually not drive this. So if you want to have the full resolution of this micro OLED display, of the focus display, you will need a GPU that is enterprise level. That will probably be able to drive this. But with the 3090 and the VR3, this focus display will not run with a full resolution, and therefore it will only have the similar resolution like the context display. And therefore, this right now, in this moment in time, with 3090s, this does not look better. So what happens, actually, in order to make this happen here, the whole thing here, in order to not see that there's another display being like projected onto the context display, what do they need to do? They will change the color of the context display, and they will change the color of the focus display in order to match. And therefore, they find the lowest common denominator. Yeah, that's a new English word that I learned when I made the review. And then, because of that, both panels don't operate on their best visual quality, on their best colors. Now for the Aero, actually this focus display is gone. So they don't need to adjust the color of that context display anymore. And therefore, this context display can now use the full visuals, the full brightness and the full color gamut. And therefore, actually, the Aero in direct A/B comparison looks better than the VR3. So you have brighter colors and better colors. It's pretty amazing. So this actually is double as bright as the VR3. So I really hope that I could drive this point home, why this is better than the VR3. Right? So first of all, the visuals are better than the VR3, but on top of that, also the weight. And now let me also make you understand something. So it's the same headset, but this does not have the hand tracking module. They saved some weight. This does also not have the focus displays and the mirror needed. Saved some weight again. And now is the bummer that you didn't know yet. And that's why you're watching these live streams. This here, the strap, is also way lighter because actually they use the strap as a counterweight. So in order to balance the headset with the hand tracking and with the focus display, this is quite heavy, they need to make this here also heavier as a counterweight. And because the Aero does not have this weight of the hand tracking and of those focus displays, they also don't need to put the counterweight here in the back of the head strap. And therefore, this whole thing is so much lighter. This whole thing is so much lighter than the VR3. So the VR3 already has good comfort, but you will feel the weight. This has great comfort with a very light weight, and therefore the Aero is just so much better than the VR3. So that's what I need to say. Also on top of that, when I got this and I put it on for the first time, I directly saw like, wow, They have absolutely improved the distortion so much. When I was using the VR3, I saw that distortion so strongly, you know? Like this barrel distortion, this bulge going through the picture, and also warping on the right and left peripheral areas, right? As in, the picture moves faster here and here than in the center of the display when you look like this, right? And when I put this on, wow, they have so drastically improved on distortions, which is pretty amazing using software. However, for all the people out there who own the VR3, no worries, the same distortion fix is also still going to come to your VR3. So this is like a big plus, and they are still improving the distortion profile. It's a software problem now, and I'm very confident that they can get rid of it, just like Pimax got rid of it too, right? For the normal FOV. Is this completely without distortions? No. I must very clearly make you understand that there are still distortions. If you are perfectly used to your index, to your Quest 2, and do A/B comparisons, you will see distortions here. So I want to make 100% clear that you understand this still has distortions. However, they've been vastly improved, and in my opinion, it's not going to be of an issue for you anymore, for the normal user. But again, I want to make 100% clear that you understand there are still distortions. However, I'm confident they will improve them even further than they did with this software update. Yes. Okay, putting the VR3 again away. Okay, I hope I drove home that point to make you understand why I prefer the Varjo Aero to the VR3. And again, yes, the distortions can still be fixed by further updates, and also it is already really, really good. So again, just like I wrote in my review, I don't think that normal people will feel like, wow, this is a bummer, I can't use it. So, but again, I must say distortions are something like very personal. Probably for you, they are too much. So it really depends on every single person, and I cannot make like a general kind of like announcement like, oh, there's no more distortions. No, that would be wrong. So I just need to make you understand they improved it, but it's still there as compared to other headsets, and how much it would affect you, you must find out by yourself. Thank you so much, Oz, for $10. Thank you for helping to make this a reality. How does it compare to Quest 2 in one weight, 2 comfort and image quality? Yes, the weight, once the cable tucks it down, will be a bit more than the Quest, but overall this is a super, super comfortable headset. And if you compare this with the strap-only solution of the Quest, this will be more comfortable since it is way more balanced, right? But for the Quest 2, you can get super nice head straps as well. Then it's also going to be comfortable, right? It always depends what you do. Right, image quality is way better on this, but I'll get to all the different headsets in a moment. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. And we are going to get to all the questions. We are going to get to all the questions, that's for sure. And we are going to get to everything that you want to know. And Scalen asked before, do I think with 67 centimeters head circumference, this is a problem? And that's what I think. That's one thing that I did not like about it, honestly speaking. So it is the one flaw that I mentioned in my review also is that you cannot like tilt up the strap. That is really bad. So I have a circumference of 60, yeah? I can get into it no problem. Like this, right? But if you are way more than that, it's going to be really tough to get into it. And I really prefer this tilting up like the Reverb G2. So for the Aero 2, they need to make this happen. Also, I really believe that if you are more than 65, this could become too small. So with 60, no problem. 65 could probably still work. 67, I think this is already the maximum that you could put it, you know? So probably it could still work, but better make sure. So I'm going to measure this from here to here with the maximum. You know what? Let me do it right now. That's what live streams are for. Wait a moment. I'm going to get this here. Beautiful color, right? So let me just check this out. So this is the maximum right now. The maximum that it can go. And I'm going to measure from here, from your forehead to the back. From the forehead to the back, 22 centimeters. So you have to measure it for yourself, like how from your forehead to the back, 22 centimeters. Yep. So this is the beauty here of the MRTV live streams. Trying something out. Right. So let me go on then now with that. So this is like one thing that I did not really like the head strap for really huge heads, probably too small, and it does not tilt up. So that is like a small problem that I see. Also for the audio solution, right? Like I prefer the Valve Index and the G2 audio solution where it's directly connected to it over ear, and here, well, there's no audio solution, but they do give you like in-ear headphones, which are good, right? And here is like, the 3.5 millimeters headphones jack. And yeah, you can either use this, what they give you, or you simply have to use your own headphones. I prefer the other way, but it's a workable solution. That's what I said in my review, right? But anyways, for Aero 2, I hope you're going to have a different kind of solution. Yeah, right. Okay. So these are the basics, and now I can get to your questions, and also we can do the upgrade guide, you know, for all the different headsets. If I believe, is it worth it for you to upgrade? Yes or no, and who should go for it? And here it is. This is a great question. Let's start with this. So 2,369 euros, right? Is it worth the price? And this is a question that really everyone has to answer for themselves. There's no like one answer, like yes or no. And let me just tell you the following. If you are an enthusiast, a VR enthusiast that simply enjoys being in VR and that celebrates every single step going forward to increase immersion, then yes. Like there are people who are movie fans, right? And at home they have a movie theater and they're going to buy that beautiful, super high resolution projector for $10,000. Is it worth it, $10,000? Well, for this person, yes. But for the normal Joe Blow, probably no, right? So I cannot say yes, it's worth it, or no, it's not worth it. It really depends on you. Right? And for these people who spend most of their time in iRacing, who spend most of their time in Microsoft Flight Simulator, absolutely, they will think it's like a gift that they can spend 2,400 euro for having no God rays and for simply seeing what I see through these glasses, right? To see that absolute clarity, absolute beautiful clarity. So for these people, yes, it's going to be worth it so much. And I might just add that I'm going to buy my wife an iPhone 13 Pro, which cost 1,500 euros. And I personally think like, wow, that is super expensive, right? Because it's not such a huge jump from, I don't know, whatever she has right now. But for her, it's absolutely worth it because, well, she's a YouTuber and she makes lots of videos with a camera. So it really, really absolutely depends on you. Probably for lots of you, it's not going to be worth it because you are incredibly happy with your Quest 2. The Quest 2 provides amazing value for that $300 asking price. You got a beautiful visuals, of course not as beautiful as this, but still beautiful. You even have wireless capabilities. You're getting like exclusive games like Resident Evil 4 that you will never see on the Aero. So, yeah, for these people, it's not going to be worth it to pay 2,300 euros. But if you're an enthusiast, if you have like the Valve Index or if you have the Reverb G2 and you simply want to get to the next level of visuals that looks photorealistic, 2,400 euros is a price that is absolutely reasonable and that you're going to pay without a problem. I hope I could answer this question, but really, it really depends on you and your personal situation. In general, I think there's people who pay tens of thousands of dollars for projectors, for OLED TVs, and do I believe this is better than an OLED TV? I betcha. Yeah, of course it is, right? So therefore, it really depends on you. All right, let's see what other questions I will find here before we go to the upgrade guide, where I would go through all the different headsets that are out there right now. And Skiva asks, have you played Half-Life Alyx in this? Yes. And that's why I was able to show you the through the lens pictures, through the lens videos in my review, right? So check out my review. If you haven't watched it yet, you will see through the lens videos of me playing Half-Life Alyx, and it's just like mind-blowing. And, you know, I'm kind of curbing my enthusiasm here in general on my whole coverage of the device because I simply understand, since the G2, that not everyone is simply so enthusiastic, you know? And I am, and I simply want to, dial it down a notch, just because I know not everyone will so absolutely go crazy like me when I see something that amazes me, you know? Like when I was in Half-Life Alyx for the first time in the VR3, I showed that on my Patreon. So on my Patreon, I will still give you the full MRTV dosage, right? And you saw, like, I was going crazy. I was going nuts when I tried out all these games for the first time on the VR3. And it was basically the same on the Aero. Like all the games, all the Steam VR games that I played before on my other headsets, they now look so much better because there are no God rays, because you have that high resolution, because you simply have that huge sweet spot and this edge-to-edge clarity. It is simply a whole new experience, and you do want to simply replay all of your games. And do check out again my through the lens footage of Lone Echo. It looks mind-blowing. It looks like you are on that frigging space station. It is just the VR enthusiast is going to have a great time. Let's say it like this. The VR enthusiast is going to have an amazing time in this. Right. So yes, I played Half-Life Alyx and it was friggin' amazing. So let's find more. Which headphones will you personally use? You know, actually personally, honestly, these work great. These work really well. So I think it's not elegant. You know, I don't think it's an elegant solution, obviously, right? This kind of thing dangling down there. So that's not good, but they work great. They work without a problem. And yeah, you can use them first because, well, they come with the device, right? So you can use them first and then it's good. If not, you can still use any kind of over-ear. I like over-ear personally because it doesn't like press on the ear so much, but there are so many different ones. Okay, is it worth the upgrade if I currently use the Reverb G2 knuckle setup? Oh, that's a great question. And you know what? Let's simply do this right now. Hold your questions, please. Hold your questions, because now I'm going to go through all the different headsets now, and I will tell you, is it worth it to upgrade, yes or no? You know, because I think there's so many people. Keep your questions there. Keep your questions. Keep your question there. I'm going to go through all the headsets and I'm going to tell you, is it worth it to upgrade to the Aero, yes or no? And I believe this is going to answer a lot of your questions. So let's do this. And you will actually find this guide on mrtv.co. You know, I did make this upgrade guide on mrtv.co, where you can simply see that. But let's do this together now. Okay, so you own a Valve Index, and now the question: is it worth it to upgrade to the Aero? And yes, visually, absolutely. This is the visual upgrade that you have been waiting for. The Index is not a bad headset, not at all. I really like my Index as well, but the resolution is already now on the low side, and I can't go back to it. You know, I couldn't go back to it because I was already spoiled by the G2, but now I'm even more spoiled. I'm a spoiled bitch now. Let's say it like this. I'm super spoiled now by the Varjo VR3 and by the Varjo Aero, because the resolution is just so much higher, 2800 by 2700 as compared to 1600 by 1400 on a bigger FOV. So the visual quality is just so much better. And especially, have you seen my review? The Valve Index, the God rays of the Valve Index are hideous. Compare this with no God rays of the Aero, and then, wow, it's such a huge difference. So yes, this is the visual upgrade that you have been waiting for. It is beautiful. This is absolutely great. On the flip side, and that's also important to mention, on the flip side, you will see less FOV, especially vertically, and it is a downgrade in the audio department as well, and maximum refresh rate. So yes, you will see less FOV with the Aero, right? Because the Index is amazing in all directions, and this is, more like, something that you're used to, a bit more than the Quest 2, a bit more than the G2 horizontally, but vertically, actually no. Vertically, this is even a bit less, but you have that super high visual quality, and that made it for me, right? So even though this cannot compare with Pimax in terms of FOV, and even not with Index and Pro 2 in terms of FOV, the visuals are just the game changer, which make it for me like more immersive, right? But it really depends on you. What is more important for you? If for you FOV is more important, then this is not the right upgrade. If for you clarity, absolute clarity, and no God rays and big sweet spot and edge-to-edge clarity are more important, then yes, this is a great upgrade. And I believe this is pretty important to understand. Right, so Index to Aero, I would say yes, it is a great upgrade if it's about the visuals for you. Okay, now let's talk about Pro 2 and the Aero. Is it worth it for you to upgrade to the Aero if you own a Pro 2? So actually, you have just bought the Pro 2, right? It's not so far away. And honestly, I must tell you that I like the Pro 2. I really like the Pro 2. And the only thing that really makes me a bit unhappy are the lenses. The lenses are not good enough, small sweet spot, and very, very big problems with the God rays, right? So if the Pro 2 had aspheric lenses, now we would not need to get excited about the Varjo Aero. Really no, because the LCD panel is very high resolution of the Pro 2. 2500 by 2500, nearly the same. It has a bigger FOV. It's a great headset. It has even audio, better than the Aero, you know? But it does not have the lenses. It does not have the aspheric lenses, and therefore also here, if it's about visuals for you, yes, it is an upgrade for you to go from Pro 2 to Aero simply because you will not have any God rays. So this is an upgrade. This actually is an upgrade. But again, I also wrote the downsides here on the flip side. Smaller FOV with the Aero. Then also you have the audio solution with the Pro 2. And again, if you are happy with your Pro 2, and that is important, if you are happy with your Pro 2, you can sit this one out, right? But if you're unhappy about the Pro 2 because of the God rays, because of the sweet spot, go for it. Yeah, that's important to understand. That is really important to understand. Okay, and now we get to a very interesting case, the G2. And for the G2, it is really not so clear because the G2 has really, really good visuals as well. So if you are used to the G2, if you are used to the beautiful G2 picture, the G2 visuals, when you put on the Aero, I don't think you will be as blown away as people with the Index or the Pro 2 will be, because you're already used to incredible visuals. Is the visual quality of the Aero still better than the G2? Yes, it absolutely is. Also because of the better lenses and of the higher resolution. But I'm just telling you here that the difference between the G2 and the Aero is not so huge. The biggest difference really are the lenses and the better edge-to-edge clarity because of these aspheric lenses. But if you are okay with the G2 as sweet spot and edge-to-edge clarity is concerned, I cannot tell you with a straight face, go and buy the Aero, because your G2 is still amazing. And I did all the A/B comparisons with all the headsets and the G2, with all the headsets and the Aero, and the G2 was simply the closest. And then thinking about it, if you only have the Reverb G2, right, and you would need to upgrade to this, you would have to pay like $3,000 or 3,000 euros, because you also have to buy the base stations and the controllers. Is it worth it for you to upgrade to the Aero for 3,000 euros? My answer is no, because you already have such a super great clarity, right? But if you're bugged with the sweet spot of the G2, if you are not happy with the edge-to-edge clarity, and if you simply want to go for the best that's on the market right now, then of course, I will not stop you to pay those $3,000 in euros, right? But I simply want to tell you, if you are happy with your G2, you can still stay happy with your G2 because it's not so much better. It's not 3,000 euro better. And I really want to drive home this point tonight. This is better, but it's not 3,000 euro better, and you will still be happy with your G2 and probably not as wowed as other people, right? And also, again, I need to tell you that the G2 lenses actually are really good. They do have they are really good Fresnel lenses. They don't have so much of glare like the Valve Index lenses, and they do have a good sweet spot. And yes, I know, if you just believe the internet, you would think the G2 has a terrible sweet spot, but that is not true. Again, I have all the headsets here, and I compared them all, and the lenses of the G2 are actually really good, also in terms of sweet spot. So I really need to reiterate on that point, right? The G2 is really, really a good headset, and I don't think that it's worth it for 3,000 euro to get to the Aero. But again, if you're not happy with the G2 in terms of sweet spot for your eyes, right? Because probably your eyes are not like mine, like close to the lenses. Probably your eyes are further away, and probably you do feel that there's a bad sweet spot. Probably you do feel you have a problem with the edge-to-edge clarity. Then yes, of course, you can get to the Aero, and you will get a better sweet spot, and you will get a better edge-to-edge clarity, and you will get a little bit of a bigger FOV in terms of horizontal FOV, but you will get a little bit smaller FOV vertically. So yeah, I really need to tell everything that we can find out about this headset, right? But again, for me, wow, it's the clarity simply will do away with the FOV concerns. The clarity is just so beautiful, and I'm going to show this device to people who are going to visit me here at the MRTV headquarters, because I am going to reopen the MRTV experience, where people can visit me here at the MRTV headquarters and simply check out all of the headsets. And you know, I have them all, right? So, and I'm going to interview these people, and I'm going to show you these interviews here on the channel, where normal people, not like me, are going to check out all the different headsets, and I believe this is going to be pretty interesting. So again, the Reverb G2 is amazing. The Aero is a bit better in terms of the clarity and stuff, but it's not 3,000 euros better. Yeah, okay, now next case here. Pimax 8KX versus the Aero. Is it worth it for you to upgrade from Pimax 8KX to Aero? This is also a really good question, and let me also answer this to you. If you bought the 8KX because you are into FOVs, you love FOVs, right? The field of view. You want the big FOV of the Pimax 8KX, I can clearly tell you, no. Do not get the Aero because, well, it's a downgrade in terms of FOV. Very clear. Let me tell you very clear. If you are in it for the FOV, then no, do not get the Aero. You will be very unhappy because the FOV is just smaller. It's just like the normal headset. It's just like your Quest 2, a bit bigger. It's just like your G2, right? So it is going to be a downgrade. No, do not touch the Aero. If you are in it for the visuals, if you want the crispest, unbelievable, most unbelievable visuals in VR, if you are all about colors, if you are all about sweet spot, if you want a better binocular overlap, as in like it's more comfortable to see 3D and everything, then yes. Then go for the Aero because it's simply better. It's simply crisper. Yes, it is a better visuals than the 8KX. Super clear, a very clear yes. The visuals are way better, better colors, better resolution, better sweet spot, better edge-to-edge clarity. Everything is truly better on the Aero in terms of visuals, but not FOV. So it really depends on you. Also on the 8KX, you now have good audio, right? I haven't tried it myself, but I heard from VR Flight Sim guy that it's good audio. So yeah, right? You have the audio there as well, and here you only got this. Right, so actually there is a case to be made for the 8KX as well. Also, they also have a very high resolution with the 8KX. So if you own the 8KX, I am not going to spoil your experience. I'm not going to tell you, oh, you need to be unhappy now because the Aero is out. No, if you're happy with the 8KX, fantastic. If you don't have problems, if you enjoy the headset, go for it. You can still love your 8KX, and I'm not going to talk you out of it. Right? But I must also tell you the visuals here are just better. Okay, I hope that could answer that question. Now, let's go talk about Quest. If you have the Quest 1 or 2, should you upgrade to the Aero? Is it worth it for you? And here I can simply tell you, no. Is the Aero 3,000 euros better than the Quest 2? No. No. And that's it. It's not 3,000 euros better. It has better visuals. Yes, it does. No question. Much better. It's like blowing it away. But it's not 3,000 euros better. So if you bought the Quest 2 or the Quest 1 or Quest 2 to get into VR, and you enjoy the content, the exclusive content like Resident Evil 4, if you enjoy the wireless Steam VR gaming or wireless gaming in general, come on. Obviously, it's not going to be €3,000 worth it for you to get a device that will give you a cable. Very clear, no. Be happy with your Quest 2. You don't have to feel bad about the Aero. Enjoy your Quest 2. But I must also say, if you indeed are a VR user thanks to the Quest 2, and the Quest 2 was kind of your gateway drug, and probably you play Quest 2 only with that cable, right, with the link cable, in order to play Microsoft Flight Simulator or iRacing or whatever, and this was just a gateway drug that got you into VR, and now you want to throw money at it, and you want to see what it can do, then of course, I'm not going to stop you to buy the Aero for €3,000 because it's friggin' amazing, right? This is really the best high-end VR headset that's all on the market in terms of visuals. So yes, if you got a Quest 1 or 2 because of you just getting into VR and you are like amazed by it, you are going to friggin' love it. So in general, no, it's not worth it for you, but in that special case, yes, it's worth it for you. And I believe, yeah, I've now made all the points for all the headsets. Again, check it out on mrtv.co. And yeah, you can simply read everything that I wrote there about this, and hopefully I could give you some good answers. Anyways, now I'm going to answer all of your questions, or most of them. And yeah, so get your questions ready. However, before that, I have to take a little break. Wow, I'm so much more relaxed now. I don't need to talk so fast anymore. Perfect. Okay, I'm back, and I even washed my hands. So now I can answer all of your questions in a very relaxed way about the Aero. Okay, you have so many questions here, so I don't even know where to start. So I'm going to go through the list here, and if I see an interesting question that I have not answered yet, I will answer it. So let me scroll through. Okay, what is the FOV of the Aero? Well, the company says 115 degrees horizontal. In my personal measurement, it was more like 100 degrees horizontally and 76 vertically, which is, yeah, something a bit bigger than Quest and G2 horizontally, and vertically a bit less. Okay. Yeah, this is a good question. Is watching full movies in the VR cinema looks like real cinema in this? Yes. So the movie watching experience, any kind of movies, is really good. So this is really the fantastic thing. You know, if I was in my other headsets, the Fresnel ones, there were always these God rays when I am in the movie theater, right, in big screen or whatever. And now in this, it is not. No God rays. And it just feels like you are in a movie theater. It's friggin' amazing. So the movie watching experience in this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I can simply tell you here, the best. Okay, let me go through why you wrote so many things. If you have questions, ask the questions. Well, so many comments, but no questions. Here's one. Any idea if they will do an XR version? I would like to have that for flight sim and physical switches. John, well, there is the XR3, right? And I don't know if they want to make the XR3 also as a consumer version. I don't think so, honestly speaking. So you can get the XR3, but then you have to pay the yearly fee, which is kind of expensive. So... Does the Aero have a USB port on the headset? Actually, I don't think so. No. This here is a USB-C. So I'm not sure if there could be some solutions somehow to add some, I don't know, some splitter here or some Y cable or whatever. This is standard USB-C, but there's no other port on the device. So let's see, more questions. What about Pimax? Don't they have something new coming out? Well, the Pimax event is going to happen on 25th of October, so quite soon as well. So then let's see what they have. Of course, we all hope for something amazing. But in my opinion, they should concentrate on what they have, the 8KX, for example, and simply make it amazing and just be able to send it out. But well, we'll see about that. It has eye tracking and, well, forwarded rendering, it has to be made available on a driver level. So right now, you can't really make use of forwarded rendering. Yes, here. There is still screen door in G2. Yeah, I agree. Now that I'm used to this here, I see that too. You know? Like I told you, I'm spoiled now by the Aero. Right? I was so happy with the G2, and the G2 spoiled the index for me, but now this here is spoiling the G2 for me. So I was using the VR3 and the Aero now for the last weeks and months. And now when I put on the G2, I still like it, but I can still see that the resolution is not like this. So this here, even if you try, you cannot see anymore the screen door effect. So it is like, I wrote it in my review, like looking on that glossy magazine, you know, Playboy, for example. Not that I wouldn't know any other glossy magazines. But yeah, like that. You cannot see any screen door effect. If you don't like screen door effect, this is the headset that you should buy, because everything looks like you are looking at a glossy magazine. And this is pretty amazing. I like that. Kevin, this headset is expensive, that flying to Germany to have Sepp showcase it before buying doesn't seem crazy. I like it, Kevin. Come over to Germany, have some nice adult beverages with me, have a great time, and see Germany and to see the MRTV headquarter. It's a game changer. It's really good to come here. Right. I still see pixels. Lana, hello Lana, with my G2. It annoys me. Yeah, you won't see pixels with the Aero. Yeah, Janne. Yeah, what can I say? I'm obviously not normal, right? Just go to the MRTV headquarter and you will see all kind of funny headsets. So, okay, I'm looking for more questions. Scrolling through. I have answered most of them already. Wuffel, is it really possible to transmit the native resolution over this one cable? I'm kind of skeptical about that, but you don't need to be, Wuffel, because you can really do that. It's no problem at all. It's DisplayPort 1.4. This is a good question. Can I work with this headset with virtual 4S6 55 inches 4K screens? Okay. Yes. You can have like virtual screens and they will look incredible. Like, absolutely. You can absolutely have virtual screens and you can look at them and it will feel like the real deal. It's really good. So this one is a yes. Still looking for questions here. So Rebuff Reality has a product called VR Ears. You'd need that for the Aero. Well, I must say I tried them at the CES, and you can find my video there. And when I tried it there, the audio quality was really not comparable to the Valve Index headsets. I have not tried the product now. I am a backer, and it should be on the way right now. I haven't received it. But when I receive it, I'm going to give you the full review of the VR Ears. So, okay, I'm looking for more questions. Any screenshots of the distortions? No. It's tough to find that. But you know what? I made a video like through the lens of the VR3. And in that video, you can see me playing Sniper Elite VR. And if you look at this, if you look at the peripheral area, I think in that video, you can see that distortion. But now in the Aero, I cannot even show it. But I will still try to get it on video. But if you want to see the distortion of the VR3, check out my Through the Lens videos. This is a great question from Kanger. How is the Varjo with glasses? Are there any plans for inlay lenses? I haven't heard about any plans for inlays, and I do think it is kind of not possible because here, actually, I'm not sure if you see it there. This is the eye tracking. And if you put something over that, then the eye tracking will have a problem to track your eyes. So I think this is not really going to work out. Probably you will need these super small glasses that I showed you here on the channel, or contact lenses. Okay, so the thing is, like, again, the same thing. I think it's hard to get into the device with the glasses if you have a big head, you know, like, because this doesn't flip up. So it's like, you know, I have a problem with glasses. So this again, this is my problem that I have. The head strap is good, but it's tough to get into it. Like, I have no problem to get in, right, without glasses. But with glasses, it's like a little problem. I don't know what to do. So this is not good. This is not a good solution. So I can get into them. Probably I have to put my glasses in first. You know, these are huge glasses like this. Glasses, and then I go in, and then it will work. But this is not an optimal solution. Again, I'm not a fan of the head strap. And I think the head strap of the Reverb G2 is way better. Wow, so many commands. Wow. How long is the cable of the Aero? 5 meters. But you can also buy a 10-meter cable from here, Varjo. Lana, thank you. Thank you. Cheers on that one. Prost. Yeah, the European price includes VAT. That's 2,369 euros, and you can get it through the affiliate link of MRTV, of course, and support the channel. But if you don't like the channel, you can also simply go buy it without the affiliate link if you want it. But again, I'm not selling the device. I'm telling you, yeah, how it is. Is it good for you or not? Okay, I'm looking at more questions. Will it work with the new MacBooks? No, unfortunately not. VR is still not working well with Mac. And you know, I never was like a Mac fan, but I think I'm going to buy a MacBook. They got me. They really got me. Funny, right? Okay. So I'm still looking for questions. So in general, all videos look better in this. All videos look better in this simply because of the lenses. Again, you have a great TV, right? And then you look at it through clear lenses like this one, or you look at it through Fresnel lenses like on the Index. It will always be better in clear lenses. Wow. Thank you so much. I didn't even see it. William Murphy, $20 US. Wow, that's amazing. I can buy like 90 bottles of beer for this. Thank you, William, so much. Thank you so much. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. Yep, the European price of 1,999 euro is without tax. Exactly. With tax, 2,369 euros. Just like shown here on my website with a nice buy button on mrtv.co. That's right. Is it worth selling my VR3 to buy the Aero? I would say yes, because of the weight difference. The weight difference is crazy, really. Again, the weight, this is so much lighter. It's so much more comfortable. This is so heavy. So really, I would say you can sell your VR3 and you can get the Aero and you will enjoy it. Can you remove the head strap? No, I don't think so. So for FOV, again, that is very individual, right? For me, I have 64 millimeters of IPD. And it seems like that my eyes are not like deep in my skull. So I have the really, seems like the optimal head for headsets. And I tend to see the maximum FOV in general, right? So that's important to understand that it's really dependent on your eyes. Where are they? In the skull. And again, like I have the normal, the average 64 millimeters FOV. So if I tell you, okay, this is like IC100, that is like from the bell curve, yeah? You know, bell curve. Like I'm in the middle. I like represent like most of you guys. Okay, I'm looking at more questions. So here, this is a good one. So Upload VR mentioned that there's an issue with software that makes the image warp when moving. Is that so for you? So I said that in the beginning already. They have drastically improved their lens distortion profile. So now it's already way better than it was before. But again, there is still distortions going on, right? It really depends on you, like how much that would throw you off. In direct A/B comparison against the Quest 2 or the Index, you will see more distortions. However, I believe that the general normal person will not feel distracted. For the VR3, I think yes, it was so strong that it would distract you, but even there I thought like, wow, it's so beautiful, the picture, but they have already improved upon it so much, right? And I'm confident that Varjo will even improve that more going forward, right? So I believe that once they will be sent out, this distortion profile will even be better than it is right now. But again, I must tell you, it is still not without distortions. How many dimming zones are there? I don't know. I have no idea. I must ask them for that. Did you wear glasses with it? I personally normally don't wear glasses with my headsets because like I am short-sighted, but not like so strong. So even if when I go without glasses, I can see on that short distance. So, but I did try it out with the small ones that I showed on my channel, and yeah, it works well. But it's not easy to get into. If you have big glasses like these ones, it will be tough to get into it. Again, the head strap is not ideal. I haven't tried the FOV without the gasket. I only measured it with the gasket. Hello, Dimitri. How do you like the binocular overlap? I like it very much. It's really good. It's very comfortable. You said it was your new daily driver. It is, because it's beautiful. Does it bother you having to get your separate headphones and microphone, etc. when you set up? So, I am using these here, the in-ear headphones, and normally they are connected to the 3.5 millimeters headphone jack. And I must tell you, I don't think this is an elegant solution. I think this is a compromise. So when Varjo said, this headset, no compromises, I would like disagree, right? Because this here is obviously a compromise. In my opinion, this headset would be without compromises if it had the Valve Index and G2 audio. But once you put them in, you will forget about it and it's good, right? But it's not without compromises. I hope that answers your questions. Lana, do I believe Facebook to release a new headset? Of course they will, next year. And it's going to be great for sure, but, well, it's going to have the forced Facebook login and you have eye tracking. So, wow, this is going to be so valuable for them, right? All the data that they can collect is going to be crazy. So actually, they should pay us for using that eye-tracked headset. That is my honest opinion. And I know I will be like one of the only few people who are going to criticize it. The rest is going to be raving about fantastic eye tracking and forwarded rendering. And you know what? But I will still tell you, they should pay us for using the Quest Pro with eye tracking because they will make so much money of that data. Okay, I'm still looking for questions. Yeah, please keep us up to date when we can come to you. Sparky Sven, I will let you know. You will know. Quite. That's a good question. Is Varjo a takeover target? Hello, Ralph. Wow, I think they are financially very sound, but for sure, I'm sure that some companies might want to snack them up. They are a great company, really. Really, one of the most professional companies I ever worked with. It's amazing. Should I get this headset for 1,400 euros? Can you get it? Because it costs like 2,400 euros. Yeah, what kind of mic is best for this? Adam, so basically, this already has a mic here, and it sounds okay. And in the next days, I'm going to put out a video where I'm using the microphone, and you will hear it is not as bad as the Vive microphones, right? So you won't have the pop noises, and that's better. But it's not as good as the Valve Index microphone. So look out for my video. And so far, you can use this as a microphone solution. But if you want, of course, you can also use something else, like the Antlion microphone, the wireless microphone that I'm using on my channel quite a bit for the Quest. So there are other solutions as well. Any plans for a wireless adapter in the future? I don't think so. It's too many pixels that have to be like sent over the air. How to visit the MRTV headquarters? Well, I'm going to let you know once the MRTV experience opens again, and then you can come to Dortmund, Germany, and you can meet me. Hello, Simplex. Is there a chance for near perfect black on mini LED? Yes, there is, and it's only a software update away from the Aero. But I don't know when they are going to do it. They didn't answer that question. I did ask them the question. I'm going to ask them the question again. And I hope they do it. So right now they're using a rolling shutter mechanism for the backlight in order to gain 5 milliseconds of latency. But I told them, forget about the friggin' 5 microseconds. Give them real blacks. So that's what I'm going to tell them again. Hello, Hussein. You have better than 2020. Barely noticed screen door effect on Quest 2. Yeah, for this, you will still see the difference. Okay, I'm still looking at questions here. Hello, PD. Yes, I did see the G2 update news just now. So they have a better tracking right now. So that's interesting. I will absolutely check this out and ask them all about it. And I will let you know here on MRTV once I can show you this. Still looking for more questions here. This is a good question. Can an RTX 3090 run this headset at 90 Hz for a smooth experience on Assetto Corsa iRacing? So, in general, 90 Hz, this has 90 Hz. What you probably mean is the FPS. Can your computer render 90 FPS? So I don't think that your computer can render 90 frames per second for Assetto Corsa and so on. So again, it depends on the quality setting. And I've compared this with OpenVR Benchmark with the G2, and there are no big differences. It really depends on the resolution. So on 150% super sampling, you will have also over 3000 by more than 3000 pixels per eye. And that is very, very comparable to the Reverb G2. So you get a very comparable performance here. When AMD support, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to happen in the first place. So right now, I would say AMD no, NVIDIA yes. Okay, is the RTX 2070 Super enough for using the Varjo Aero? So, well, you can always put the resolution down a lot and it will still look amazing because there's still the same aspheric lenses there, right? But, well, Varjo, they say themselves that you should have a 2080 or 3070. So 2070 Super is going to be a bit tough. Hello, Norman. Greetings from Dortmund, Germany. Again, does it work with Base Station 1? Yes. How's their software for virtual desktop productivity? Well, you will have a virtual screen that you can see in VR, and it works fine. So you could absolutely work with this. However, I still believe that, for example, virtual desktop from Gigaudan is more powerful. They have more different kind of use cases. But I should probably make a video about this whole virtual desktop thing that Varjo also has. But in general, I would say that you can work with the Aero because the resolution is simply very beautiful. Should I buy it without tax? Well, if you can, but normally, well, you need to pay taxes. Oh, no more beer. Okay, I'm still looking for more questions. This is a good question. Is MRTV your full-time job? Yes, indeed, it is. Hi, Norman. I did already talk about this. Is it a good update for the index of the G2? And I would like to tell you, check out mrtv.co. You will find all my answers here. And I did answer that already before you were in the stream. So simply check it out there. Thank you, man. Can you get it above 90 hertz? No, because these are 90 hertz screens, displays. But anyways, like for the games that you want to run, 90 hertz, you're fine. And if you want to play these kind of like, simulation games, you will not get anywhere close to 90 frames per second anyways with these kind of resolutions. Hope they could answer your questions. Do we really have to wait 3 or 4 months for shipping? Yes. Well, do you need a beast of a GPU to enjoy it? Well, I have a 3080 and it's very, very enjoyable. And I believe that even with a 3070, you can really enjoy it. I am still working here. Right now, I'm working. And tomorrow I'm going to fly to Paris to check out the links for you. Hello, Lars. Good to have you here. Do you believe this headset will create a new high-end category of headsets that other manufacturers will compete in? Well, I surely hope so. And, it's great to have this kind of high-end category now, together with Pimax, right? They are also in the same category, and who knows? Probably Xtal will join or Facebook. We don't know yet. It's great that we have this category now of super high-end. So I'm happy that there is now like beginner or entry level with the Quest 2. And there is some middle ground with the Reverb G2, which is amazing, with the Pro 2 and Index. And now we have that high-end device. I think that is pretty beautiful. Do you still need to wear glasses with the special lenses? Yes, for sure. Those aspheric lenses are nice, but they don't help you with your diopter. Oh, yes, of course. I'm here in Dortmund, and obviously I'm a big fan of Borussia Dortmund. Okay, I'm still looking for more questions, though. Okay, again, 4-month delivery time, and they're not selling in the Netherlands. Again, if you are in a European country that Varjo is not selling to, you can use my Bestware link, the link down in the description. Bestware is a reseller here in Germany, and they are going to sell to whole Germany. To whole Europe, sorry. They're going to sell to UK and all of Europe. No matter if you're in the Netherlands, Belgium, Czech Republic, they're going to send to all of Europe. And again, if you are in a European country that Varjo are not serving themselves, you can simply go through Bestware, my affiliate link, down in the description of this video. So you will not only get the device early, but you will also support MRTV. And I think that's a pretty beautiful thing, right? So simply go to the link in the description and in the comments, and then you can get the Varjo Aero anywhere in Europe, no matter if Varjo serves you or not. And Bestware is a great company, a great German company that you can trust. They're working very, very well. I already answered this question. Yes, the Aero is better in terms of visuals, in terms of lenses, in terms of colors, in terms of resolution, but it's not better in terms of FOV. Thank you so much, Oz, for $5. Will I need base stations for head tracking? Yes, you need base stations. At least you need one base station. How does the microphone compare against the Samsung Odyssey Plus? I believe that the Samsung Odyssey Plus has a better microphone. Okay. Still looking for more questions. The vertical field of view seems to be less than that from the HTC Vive Pro. That got a lot of criticism. What's your opinion? For the Vive Pro, they had this new kind of like ratio where it was more like widescreen. That's why people were criticizing it. In my opinion, if you made like an FOV hack, the FOV of the Pro is really good, right? So you cannot really compare it because here it's more of a normal kind of ratio. This is a good headset, absolutely. And if you are in the enthusiast high-end market, yep, you can get it. I already did a review. You can see it on my channel and you can see it on mrtv.co. There's my full review. Should you get it over the Quest 2? Yes, if you have the money and if you don't care about wireless gameplay, but if you care all about like visuals, then yes. When am I going to France? Tomorrow. So I have to go home very soon and pack up and go to France tomorrow. Okay, I'm scrolling through the questions to see if there's still some question that I did not answer yet. As a G2 user, you get a Varjo, you need 600 base stations. Now, you need 300 euro base stations, 2 base stations. 1 base station is 150 euros. And you will need 2 controllers, the Valve Index controllers. And they are also 300 euros, so overall 600 euros. Okay. Will I use it? Yes, I will use it. Hello, VR Legion. VR Legion is in the house. Yes, it does not have a built-in microphone, but well, the 3.5 millimeters headphone jack is a combined headphones jack and microphone jack. So actually here in the built-in, no, not in the built-in, but in the in-ears, they have a microphone here, which sounds better than the HTC microphones of the Pro 2. Surprise! Okay, how is DCS compared in the G2 with this one? Well, first of all, for the Varjo, you need to apply some special settings for the distortion to go away. When you first put on DCS in this device, there's going to be crazy distortions for this game. So you will need to set some options, and you should go to the Varjo Discord to find out what to do. Then it's very beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. You have more edge-to-edge clarity. You have better sweet spot. You don't have any God rays. So overall, it looks better in the Aero. But I talked about G2 versus Aero comparison in this video. So watch the whole video again from the beginning. Okay. Thank you so much, Edevolve, for 25 HRK. And I have a VR3. Is there any reason to switch? Yes. Weight, better colors, brighter display, and no yearly fees. Okay, I think I've answered most of the questions. I think I've answered most of the questions. I'm still looking. Have they finished digging up the Autobahn around Dortmund yet? They're still working on that, unfortunately. Yep, it's my new king of high-end VR. Does your face get sweaty? Cooling is enough. Cooling works. Okay, this or Stavia 1. Okay, get this one. The Stavia 1 only if you need to have huge FOV. But the resolution of the Stavia 1 is not comparable anymore. So if I had the choice between Stavia 1 and the Aero, I would go for the Aero every single day. So yes, the FOV is amazing, but it simply doesn't have the resolution, the Stavia 1. Do you know the reason behind the lack of AMD support? I don't know the reason behind the lack of AMD support. I am guessing it is because NVIDIA does a lot of work about foveated rendering. And because they have eye tracking here, I believe that there is going to be driver-based support for foveated rendering with the eye tracking of the Aero. And that's why I believe they are concentrating on NVIDIA. But it's only a guess. I will ask them about this. Yeah, I went through all the questions now. I am at the end now of the questions, and I have to get ready to get home to pack my bag for going to Paris tomorrow, flying to Paris in order to check out the links for you. I really hope that you enjoyed this live stream and that I answered all of your questions. Again, this is a great headset for the super enthusiast that simply wants to get a better visual quality. It is not without its compromises. For all my in-depth review, check out mrtv.co. You will really get all the details there. Do check out my full review in video. And again, if you want to support this channel, and after you really get all the information, if you make the decision to buy this, obviously, I would be happy if you support the channel. And if you buy this through the MRTV affiliate link, which is down in the description. And again, in whole Europe, this link will work in whole Europe, even if you're in a country that is not officially supported by Varjo, like the Netherlands, like Belgium, like Czech Republic, anywhere in Europe. Bestware is going to send it to you. So I'm working together with Bestware, which is the German reseller. They're going to send it to any European country, even to the UK, if you want to buy it in the UK. And well, this is the best way to buy it. If you also want to support me and this channel and my work, I'm working full-time on MRTV. And yeah, I'm doing the best I can in order to give you unbiased reviews. I hope that you enjoyed my review and my AMA about the Varjo Aero. Again, this is unbiased. Even though I can earn a bit money through the affiliate link, I still told you all the negative parts. And I'm not here to sell you the device. I'm simply here to tell you all that I know it. And if you should choose to buy it, then of course I will be really happy if you buy it through the MRTV affiliate link down in the description of this video, no matter where you are in Europe. Okay, I think that's everything that I have. And now I'm going to so sleep. I'm so tired, honestly speaking, because making these kind of reviews is really, really tiring, because it's lots of work. And if you watch the review again, now you see like the camera, like going closer and all this amazing camera work that's new on MRTV. And I think it looks damn amazing, honestly speaking. Like the production values of my reviews, they are going up every single time. And I'm really trying to give you better and better reviews and more production quality. And please watch my review again and check how the camera moves. I'm really, really amazed by this. Myself, probably I'm going to watch it myself. And yeah, again, tomorrow I'm going to go to Paris. I'm going to make a live stream, and yeah, simply stay tuned to MRTV. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, I believe it's a pretty good channel. Do it. Click on the bell button so that you don't miss anything. And now I'm ready to go home, to pack my things, and looking forward to give you more content about the Aero soon, and from Paris as well. So see you very soon. Do comment on my review as well, so that more people will see it. Comment on this live stream as well, so that more people will see it. And I'm looking forward to see you again soon. Until then, bye-bye. Finished. Crazy day.